Hey guys, so today's video is going to be on my everyday fall makeup routine. I feel like in the summer I do more of like a dewy face, a bit more highlight, maybe lighter makeup, but in the fall I switch it up. So I like a more matte face, a bit heavier makeup because it's colder. I feel like it won't sweat off. So this has just been my everyday makeup routine for the fall. So my go-to current fall makeup routine. Let's get started. So I'm going to do this step by step, go through what I do every day. So first I'm going to put up my hair because my hair is big and annoying and I can't do my makeup with hair in my face. And people always say that I have really nice buns, but I really honestly feel like they look like a bird's nest. Like I don't even look. I just put it up and it looks crazy, but literally looks like a bird's nest. First step in my makeup routine is primer. So this has been my recent favorite primer. I found my holy grail primer. You guys don't even know how hard it was for me to find a primer that actually made my makeup last. It's marketed as like Canada's #1 best makeup primer, and it's honestly truly amazing. It's clear and it just keeps my makeup on all day. I feel like pore minimizers aren't good for keeping your makeup on all day, and I don't have a huge problem with pores. So I just find myself getting a lot more wear out of this primer. So now while that's kind of, setting, I guess, I'm gonna do my brows. So my all-time favorite, like ride or die brow product is the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Definer. First, just go in and kind of brush my brows. If you want like a separate brow routine, like on exactly how I fill in my brows, I could do that for you guys. But basically, I just kind of on the bottom, I fill in the line and kind of fill in the arch where there's not really any hairs, like up here. And then I kind of just like mimic like brow hairs. I don't fill it in like a box. I kind of just mimic the brow hair so it kind of fades and then gets more defined out there. And then I just brush it out. That's basically how I fill them in. Clear eyebrow gel. It comes with like a eyelash side and an eyebrow side. I'm pretty sure the exact same thing. You could use them both for your brows. And I just fill them in. This is really cheap, inexpensive brow gel, and it's honestly amazing. Like it actually keeps my brows in place all day. That's my brows. And now I'm going to go in with foundation. So the foundations I've been actually mixing two foundations because one of them is too light and one of them is too dark. But they're both the CoverGirl Outlast Stay Fabulous foundation. This is a pretty good foundation. I actually do really like it. Not my favorite, but it's pretty good. So I put a whole pump of Buff Beige on the back of my hand. This is more my color, but it's a bit too light. And I put like half a pump, maybe even less than half a pump with it. And then I mix it with the back of a brush. So I'll take like the e.l.f. angled eyeliner brush and just mix it in the back of my hand to get like my perfect color. Okay, and then my preferred way of applying my foundation is with my beauty sponge. This is the Real Techniques beauty sponge. And then I take some product and basically just do a thin layer all over my face. I only do one layer because I always go back with concealer. I don't put any foundation on my eyelids. I only do that when I'm applying eyeshadow, but when I'm not, I prefer not to put eyeshadow on my eyelids, or foundation on my eyelids. And I like how it naturally gets a bit like oily, a bit dewy. Throughout the day, I kind of like that look, which sounds weird, but... And now I'm just going to go in with concealer. So my favorite concealer ever is the Rimmel Match Perfection 2-in-1 Concealer and Highlighter. It doesn't really look like you have concealer because it's so light, like it's very lightweight. I just love it. So I put it a bit down my nose. And then on my forehead, just basically kind of highlighting my face. Then I also put it a bit where I need more coverage. And then I also blend that in with my beauty blender. And then I just make sure that there's no harsh lines. And now I'm gonna set everything. So first I like to set my under eyes with the e.l.f. High Definition Under Eye Setting Powder with my Real Techniques setting brush. So I get some on my setting brush and just set that in under the eyes. And I love it. It just brightens and my concealer doesn't budge throughout the whole day. And it's like $3, so definitely a holy grail product of mine. And then now I'm going to set my entire face with powder. I'm going to use the Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder. I just get a bit on the cap, like that. And I take my favorite powder brush. This is from Marshalls. If you find this brush there, you need to pick it up. This is the Ion Beauty powder brush. It is the softest brush I've ever used. I just get some of it on there and just blend all over my face. It's super soft. It's pointed, so it's like not too big to get into like those corners that you need to get into. It's honestly such a joy to use this brush because it's so soft and it just feels so like on your face. It's so nice. Now I've set my face and I'm going to contour. For contouring and bronzing, pretty much always use the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. It's my favorite palette. This is my go-to contour shade. I think I'm almost gonna hit pan on this, and this is the bronzer that I use most days. I love that bronzer because it's not too warm, but it's not too cool, so it's just like the perfect bronzer, especially for the fall time. So to contour, I'm going to take this True Beauty contour brush. I got it from Marshalls, and it's like a dupe for the Real Techniques, you know, metal collection. So I'm just gonna, I really love this brush for contouring. It's actually really, really nice just to get right in the hollows of the cheeks. So I'm gonna take some of the contour powder. So for contouring, instead of what most people do, they kind of like push their mouth to the side and then they see the line. I do more of like a kind of face, and that way you could definitely just see your cheekbones really defined and you could just follow that natural line. So that's what I do, and that's how I get a really nice line. So I kind of just do this and follow the line. And make sure to have a really, really light hand, or else it will look really, really unnatural. And I kind of follow the top of my ear to the corner of my mouth. And that's how I get my contour. Okay, and then now I kind of take like a buffing brush and kind of buff out my contour just so it's not too harsh. And now I'm going to bronze up my face, so I just take this brush, also from Marshalls. This is the Cala powder brush, number 401. So I'm going to take my contour powder right here, take a little bit of it on the side of the brush, tap off the excess, and lightly apply it over and on top of the contour. And then on the temples and on the jawline. Just to give some color to my face. And then I do that to the other side. So once I've bronzed up my face, I usually go in with my e.l.f. complexion brush. Do I know how to talk today? I don't. And a little bit of the Laura Mercier setting powder, and just get some on there and kind of go under my contour just to define it a bit and clean it up. Nothing too dramatic, just so it looks a bit more defined under there, not so, you know, messy. Okay, and so for highlight, I usually don't use my Jaclyn Hill Champagne Pop highlighter because I'm trying to be a bit less bronzy and more cool toned in the fall, and something a little bit more subtle for my highlight. So I usually go in with my e.l.f. highlighting or illuminating palette, and I take this kind of ivory shimmery shade, and I get that on my setting brush from Real Techniques, tap off the excess, and I highlight with this. And this is just a lot more subtle than like Jaclyn Hill Champagne Pop or anything like that, but it still gives a glow. It's just a lot more subtle, and I feel like for the fall time, this is the perfect highlight. So that's what I do, and then I put kind of the rest just down my nose, but just like the leftovers, because I don't want a really, you know, highlighted nose. And yeah, so I actually really do like this highlight. It's more subtle. It's definitely like the Hourglass like ambient lighting powders. It's just a lot more subtle and not as like poppin'. And then since I don't really do eyeshadow for every day, and especially what I've been loving to do recently is just have like a more bold lip and then really voluminous eyelashes, so it just looks really clean. And I've been getting a lot of compliments on it too, because I'm not putting any eyeshadow or anything. I really want defined lashes to really pop out, so I'm going to curl my lashes. This is just one that I got from Marshall's, and a trick that I learned, I think, from Wayne Goss, the makeup artist on YouTube, is you first just, you know, curl your eyelashes regularly, and then kind of curl up. And that really lifts them up. And now I'm going to take my favorite mascara of all time. This is the Maybelline Lash Sensational mascara. It's honestly the best mascara. It just doesn't look clumpy or flaky, and I just love it. So I'm just going to apply my first coat and just apply some to my lower lashes. Second coat, and just kind of wiggle my brush in there. I feel like that gets it really all in there. And that's how I do my eyelashes. And then the last thing I do is my lips. So my recent favorite lip product has been the Bareminerals liquid lipstick in Icon, and this is a matte. I feel like it doesn't dry completely matte. I feel like it's more of a satin, which makes it a lot more wearable and a lot more comfortable. And I feel like it doesn't just get like, it doesn't show every infection, what the fuck, every imperfection in your lip. So I kind of like that for every day. And what's amazing about this is it smells like Cadbury mini eggs. It took me forever to realize what exactly it smelled like, but that's what it smells like, Cadbury mini eggs. And I just don't know how much better you can get than a lip product smelling like Cadbury mini eggs. I don't know, like I feel like it's not possible. So this has just definitely been a favorite, and it's just a really nice, pretty mauve nude, and it's just perfect for the fall time. So I'm going to apply one layer of that. And then I flip the brush and do my top lip. Oh my god, was I out of frame? I hope my mirror wasn't covering everything I was doing. Okay, so my camera died, so I had to charge it, but meanwhile, I cleaned up my eyelids just with a Q-tip. A trick, if you ever get mascara on your eyelids, is just to wait for it to like dry, and you can easily wipe it off. It's just really, really easy. And then I reapplied my lipstick because I ate. But the last step in my routine is just to spray on a makeup setting spray. So the one I've been using recently is the Urban Decay All Nighter Makeup Setting Spray. I don't know if I love this. I mean, I don't see a huge difference. I feel like it's not the best for oily skin. I'm just kind of air it out. And yeah, that is my final step in my everyday fall makeup routine. This is it. It's basically just kind of like a, you know, contoured and bronze matte face with a bit of like a pearly glow on the cheeks. a mauve lip, and some simple just eyes. And yeah, that's what I've been wearing pretty much every day this fall, and I really, really like it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys try out this look. And yeah, so have a great day. Bye.